To another episode of Bridge to Eedo. I'm your host Amina.
And I'm your host Taz.
Welcome back, guys. Today we have an amazing young lady, don't we, Taz?
We do. A fantastic somebody to look up to, Iman. Welcome to our show.
Thank you guys
Hello,
so much for
beautiful
having
girl.
me.
So
Thank
do
you.
Hey. Round of applause, Mariana. Round of applause, hala siya. So for those people that don't know much about you, Iman, and your journey, please, the floor is yours, my beautiful sister.
Okay, so my name is Iman. I am 34 years old. I have had a bunch of different things that I did in my life. You know, I grew up in the Netherlands, then I moved here when I was about 11 years old. Studied, went all the way up to a master's. You know, I did architecture. I traveled the world, lived in Singapore.
Amazing, not a boring day, is there?
Yeah, no,
my goodness,
it's been an intense journey.
Amazing.
Alhamdulillah. And then I actually did architecture. I was working as an architect in Singapore for about a year. Really enjoyed it. And then I got into a sales role randomly in the tech industry. And then I fell in love with it. Did that for about a decade, and then. On the side, I was kind of doing my own brands here and there, and then some of my brands did really well. Some hit 7 figures, and then I, alhamdulillah, did just really well. And then I kind of exit of doing brands and clothing and interior brands and things like that. And then I went into the tech industry. So now I own a tech company that I started about 2.5 years ago.
Sloping monkey?
Shopper monkey.
I went the way you went. Wariana head. I'm Eedo. You have to. Okay. Shopper monkey. We know the hay. So do we.
Say wallahi.
MashaAllah.
How did you end up from tech? Like you did
sales.
How did you end up in tech?
Wallahi, it was such a fluke. Like, I think everyone thinks life is planned out. It's not. It was such a fluke. I remember I got married in 2015.
MashaAllah.
And then the job so it's been 10 years now. So the job that I had, it was quite far away from me. So I was just looking for a job that was like closer by. I never really did sales at the time. And then there was a graduate sales role in a cybersecurity company, and they were looking for people who just had any degrees, and they'll train you up and then they'll do it. And then subhanAllah, I got the role, and then I did that for a couple of years. I was really good at it. And then it was an American company. All the companies I've worked for have been American companies.
Because Americans are leading in that tech world.
Yeah,
for sure.
Huge.
Yeah.
Most big companies come out of America. Uber, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Amazon, like most big tech companies.
Isn't it Silicon Valley?
Yeah. And I worked right there. And then I just applied for it, and then I got it, and then I just kind of, someone else scouted me, and then I moved to another company, and then someone else scouted me. And then I did 9 years in 3 different American companies. And then I said, you know what?
How is it working with the Americans in contrast to working with the British?
Yeah, like the British people, without sounding too controversial, I feel like in the UK, not just in the UK, in Europe in general, we have a very socialist mentality. So because of that, we get free healthcare, we've got free schooling, like everything is a lot more inexpensive even though people are saying cost of living, America is extremely expensive to live in. So it forces you almost to change your mentality for the good or the bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, so people work harder, you get more businesses that come out of it. People are literally go-getters. Like in the companies, you see people coming in at 6 a.m, living at 9, like working there.
Listen, British people ain't giving those hours, babe. They'll be the first out and the last in.
They say that the Americans, the land of
opportunities
and dreams. If they are big, and like it's very small, everything's small. Not even the houses, but even the wages, and so they look after their people.
They do.
So did you ever think that you would be in tech like today?
No,
because your degree and
nothing. I had nothing, and I was always super creative. Like I loved, like until now, like I love interior. Like I designed like the inside of my house. Like I love doing stuff like that. I love everything to do with like design and like drawing and art and stuff like that. So I've always loved that. It's just that I became good at it, and that's like, it's such a not a contradiction, but I tell people all the time, like I've got a few people that I work with, I tell people like if you're good at something, follow what you're good at, because it's going to
Follow
make you a
it,
lot of money
absolutely.
versus what you like doing. Sometimes you don't like everything that you're doing. Alhamdulillah, I love what I do, but sometimes you don't. But it makes you a lot of money, so follow that.
No, well, when you're good at something, it's like you're going to make money. It goes without saying, because you're good at the job that you're doing, right? In comparison to what you want. Because if I could be anything, I would be Beyonce, but I'm not great at it. That's what I'm saying. So I need to understand. Do what you're good at doing.
I love that.
Better than Beyonce for your own,
Facts.
Absolutely.
But I was gonna say, I watch you.
Nice, thank you so much.
Yes, I'm a fan.
No, you're not.
Clack it.
But I don't know nothing about tech.
Right.
And for those who are at home,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people say, how do we, what can you emphasize more for us?
Yeah.
How do we get into, there's a sister probably sitting at home thinking, or might see, on social media, tech,
What does that
and has
mean?
no idea. And I'm one of those ones.
Yeah.
Me too. God, ما تبغين especially, but yeah, والله, I think it's a scam. When I say, I'm like, oh, they just want my money. It's all a scam, But if there's really an opportunity money to be made, especially when you're at home for the mothers.
Absolutely.
Like, no, for sure. Tell us a little bit more about how we can get into it. Do you need a degree? Because I'm sure people are like, I don't know how to do that.
She just
I'm
said
not.
she
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
have
but
to
I mean, like, where would they go
Yeah.
to
For
starting
a
from
sister.
nowhere?
Yeah.
for a sister who's sitting at home,
Yeah,
who's
right now.
seeing, the courses
Yeah.
that you're doing, or a lot of people are doing, how could
that
they
look
go on about it, and what is it like?
Yeah. So tech is like a super generic word. It can mean a lot of things, right? Tech can mean cybersecurity. It can mean e-commerce. It can mean apps. It can mean Uber. It could tech just means tech. But what I recommend for people who don't have any experience in this industry is to start. Let's say they wanted to start their own business, which is what most people want to do, is to get into 3 different things. The first thing that I would say is you would either get into a service-based business, or a digital product business, or an e-commerce business. Now, I'll explain these 3 things. So the first
That's
thing,
the one I know about, digital
product.
digital product. Yeah, and that's the one I'm like, what scam? Had to get in?
That's the one we're like on TikTok. We're
Because
buying.
people are making money from this. They're like,
do.
I made 150,000 last
Yes.
month. I'm like,
they
that's
do, they do.
crazy.
But do you know what it is? It's like understanding like how to brand yourself and market yourself. I think people just buy it assuming that it's not hard work. Like I work 16, 18-hour days, so it's not like you can't just do something and make a lot of money. But so the first one I said was service-based business. Service-based business is anything that you do to change your time for money. So this is good for people who don't have a lot of upfront cost in terms of money, but they have a lot of time. So you're at home, you've got a lot of free time. This could be anything like consultancy, doing courses. It's not necessarily selling a digital product. It's literally consultancy type work. Like it could.
So where would you get the digital product from?
That's a different business. So first, it's a service-based business. It's three categories.
Okay, see what I'm saying? Well, to me, I'm telling you, it's a minefield. I know babe.
No, I get it.
When someone says one thing, I think of I revert back to digital marketing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Digital marketing.
It's because it's a buzzword that you
It
kind
is.
of hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the service-based is digital, which is not digital product, but service-based is basically changing your time for money. So a cleaner, that's a service-based job. A consultant is a service-based job. It's good for people who want to get cash, but they don't have a lot of money to put into it. But it takes a lot of time, which is the con. Digital product is something that you're selling online, like a course or a ebook.
Okay, but where would you get the course from then? Or is
You
the
make
course
it.
already will you make it, or is it already made for you?
Okay, so Hawaii and Amina, okay, I know, like, I'll teach you how to talk. If you're scared, you're in your shell.
Right,
let me coach you online. That would come under.
Yeah, so coaching comes on the service base, but a course, like something that you
See,
create.
well,
once.
no.
No, the course.
The course comes
Yeah.
under digital product. So a digital product is, let's say you have a skill, like Taz was saying, you have a skill of anything. I am great at working out, or I am great at telling people how to sell stuff, or marketing, or something. You have a skill.
So you create a course
create
on
a
that.
course.
Okay.
You create a course, or you can buy a course and resell it. But I think the best way to make money is if you create it. And it doesn't have to be a video course. It could be a digital, like it can be a book. It can be a written form.
Ebook, yeah.
And then you advertise it, and that's what digital products are. And people are generally doing really well. I don't
Really
do
well,
it very
yeah.
often, but I don't actually sell it very often. But people do really well.
Yeah.
Like
No, people
very,
are
very
saying
well.
they're
I've
doing
seen
really
people
well.
do
Yeah.
like 30-40 grand a month easily.
Wow.
Wallahi, like they do really well if you do it properly. And then the last is e-commerce. E-commerce is a product-based business, so selling hijabs, shoes, clothes, perfumes, oils. Like that's called e-commerce. So that's selling a product online. So those are the 3 ways that you can make money online. And then the tech where the tech comes in is I own the platform where you can sell that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people come to me
she's the
for
big
the
boss.
Yes.
That's what we mean. Well, roundabout way of she's
Mashallah.
the big boss. Mashallah, tabarakallah. We love that for you.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you a little bit about, because I know when you first started, it all went pear-shaped, right? And I think me and Taz were talking about it a little bit about starting something and then like failing at it or it not working out. Like, how do you pick yourself up from a moment like that?
Before you answer that, I was saying, because I was looking at your journey as well, and I was saying sometimes a lot of people are scared of success, but in your case, it was too successful that it failed.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Because people normally are scared of, I'm gonna fail, nobody's gonna come to me. But with you, it's demand of the business.
Yeah, it got too much.
Yeah. Tell us about that, please.
So that's another thing. Like when I speak to some of my consultants or students, I always say to them, like, they're like, I want to make £1 million by the end of the year. And I'm like, it's possible, but you're going to struggle. Like your operations and your systems and, you're going to need people that work for you. Like, are you able to hire quick enough? And that's what happened to me, right? Like I wasn't able to hire quick enough. My systems failed. I don't know what was coming in and coming out. My finances, because we went from doing 7,000 to 30,000 to £200,000 a month in the space of 8 months.
Wow.
So like it was like alhamdulillah, but at the same time it was just crazy. Like it was not sustainable. It's not sustainable for anyone if you don't have a team. Like I never grew a business that quickly at the time as well. So it was really, really difficult. But I don't know, it just showed me that you can do it. So it didn't really like upset me in any way. It was more like wow, like I can't believe that this is achievable.
No, but I mean, like when you're obviously thinking of all the pros and the cons and what could happen, like you never prepare for that.
No,
like
you don't.
it's gonna do so well that we're actually not gonna be ready for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And be overwhelmed.
It's too demanded.
We know that your business partner was Nikita Johnson, which we love.
Yeah,
Hi,
we
Nikita.
love her.
I love her.
I
Oh my
love
gosh,
her
she's
so
the
much.
sweetest. Congratulations if you're watching on your engagement.
Yeah.
Like how is like working with her and how did she
She's
take
amazing.
it? Like
I
obviously
mean,
you
it
guys
was
was
hard for both of us, to be honest. And, it's difficult.
at least you had each other to support each other, right?
It was difficult for both of us. But yeah, I mean, genuinely, I have no one bad word to say. She's fantastic to work with. I loved working with her. She's amazing. She's a great person. Like, I always like have love for her. Like we talk. Like it was a beautiful journey, and I think that until this day, like we always check in on each other. Like we make sure she's okay. She makes sure I'm okay. Like she's it was fantastic. I loved working with her.
I think she mentioned you once. At the beginning when she was doing it, she was like, "Oh my, my business partner. She's a Somali girl." I think she mentioned that. And she was like, she doesn't want to be on the camera. And I was like, she's Somali. That's my people. So mashallah, tabarakallah. Like,
but it showed me though. The one thing I remember, everyone's like, "How do you end up working with Nikita? Like, what? How did you get to work with Nikita?" Like,
absolutely.
and I was just like, I just asked.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. Like I sent
you
her
don't
an
ask,
email.
you don't get.
Yeah, I was like, you don't ask, you don't get. So they were like, what? Like, and I'm like, yeah, like I think that you shoot your shot and you obviously have something valuable to offer. Don't just go to someone and say,
"Can I work with you?"
Can I work with you?
Absolutely.
Because,
No, for sure.
Obviously,
Absolutely.
that person fits your vision.
Right.
Yeah. Tell us about your new business.
Oh,
Your comeback.
My comeback. So I actually had I've got a few projects that I worked on. After that business, I probably had about 6 people come up to me, investors, saying, I'll invest $500,000 to start another business. I'll invest you. Like so many people going, I can't believe what you did. We'll give you the money, start another business.
Yes,
And then I said, I don't think I
Like
want
the clock Yes.
but then I was like, I don't know if I want to get back into branding and clothing and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't know what I was going to do. So I went into consultancy for a little while. That did really well. And then I said, do you know what? I would love to. I did tech for a while and I was like, I don't know if this is realistic. Bear in mind, I just honestly live in delusion. And I'm like, I want to start a company rivaling Shopify and Squarespace and Wix. Like, that's what I want to do. And then I was talking to some of my engineers that I knew, some of my founders, some people in San Francisco.
So you probably built up so many like connections.
Yeah, so many. But not just from my last company. It was also just in general because I've traveled and I've worked with people and I was in America and,
absolutely. Amazing.
So,
We're gonna be friends.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm coming.
Come through. I got you.
For
Wallahi.
the adventures.
Yeah, come. But yeah,
Share. Can we share?
But yeah, no, generally, like from that, like I was like, oh, I want to start a tech company, and everyone's like, you're crazy. Like, do you know how difficult it is to start a tech company? And I was like, okay. I was like, but someone else has did it. Now,
I love that mindset. You
Yeah,
know
someone
that
else has did
you
it.
can't do something. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where
Yeah,
you
like هواي وحيدة هي جرت أنا نخاف مكافئنا أنا نخاف مكافئنت. Like she used to say that
I
all
love
the
the
time to me.
mothers.
Like growing up, she's like, you're not better than no one, and
No
you
one
know,
ain't
no one's
better
better
than
than
you.
you. Like so, I'm like,
Absolutely.
it's true. She goes,
Mashallah.
you got the same education, you went to the same university, you're in the same classes as these people. Like, why can they do it and you can't, right? So I was like, yeah. And also, when I was working in Silicon Valley, I very rarely saw ethnic minorities, black people like leading. I saw them in the company, but I very rarely saw them at the top. And I was like, but why? Like, why is this the case? Like, I don't understand, right? It's because we don't get a lot of funding, we don't get a lot of access to things, so which is understandable, right? And I was like, well, someone has to take the first move. So that's when I did it. I was just like, I'm going to start a tech company. I found a few people that I've worked with, amazing engineers. I'm a non-tech founder, right? So I've got a CTO and people that I work with, which is the chief technology officer and a COO, the operational officers. Fantastic. They know what they're doing. I'm really good at what I do. And then we came together and took 18 months to build before launch. Again, it's not easy. You have to build an entire
Hard work.
product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going back.
Where do you find the time to like listening to all of this? I'm just thinking about how many things I get done in a day. I'm like, well, I do 3 things in a day. Like you're mashallah. Like you, how do you motivate yourself?
Now, also bearing in mind that Iman is a mom, a wife,
A wife, yes.
and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Can I call it
Entrepreneur, yeah.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur her bale na tayo come
Is that?
Entrepreneur her for her.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you juggle?
You don't. Wallahi, if I'm being honest, like I don't believe in like a balanced life. I just prioritize what's important at the time. When my husband needs me, husband needs me. When my child needs me, my child needs me. And when my business needs me, my business needs me. And you can't do everything at the same time. Unfortunately, that's the truth. I don't believe
You
in
just
selling.
burn out that way, right?
You burn out. Like,
Yeah,
and I don't believe in
absolutely.
selling that. I don't believe in selling the idea of you can do it all, because you can't. You actually can't. Like, motherhood is difficult,
Absolutely.
being a wife is difficult, having a business is difficult, and you have to learn that there's just things that sometimes you're disappointing someone.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yes,
I'm
you got
disappointing
something,
my daughter because I can't turn up to a sports day event because I'm in a board meeting, and sometimes my husband wants me but I can't because my child needs me. So it's just part of life. Do you know what I
Just
mean?
balancing.
It's just balancing
And
that.
whatever's
Someone's
thrown
gonna
at
be
you.
unhappy,
Yeah.
but you know, it is what it
is what
is.
it
Yeah,
is.
wallahi,
Yes,
that's the
yes.
truth.
What about like tell us when you're having your own time, you time, what relaxes Iman? What allows you to re-zing?
Yeah.
What do you
Is it
yeah.
zing?
Oh zing, oh zang, oh yeah, zing zang.
Yeah.
Like what is it that? Because for me, I'll say just like a little chit chat with the girls and a spa.
Yeah.
Like that always allows me to reset.
Yeah.
What is it for you, Iman?
So I feel uncomfortable relaxing. So I don't like
Really?
massages. I don't like going to the spa.
That's not bizarre, you know. I've heard so many people say that.
I get very uncomfortable, like high anxiety if I'm relaxed. What I do like to do though is I love reading.
Amazing.
I love just literally like taking walks, reading, going to the park. I go to lunch by myself. Like I take a day by myself where I just even sit there and like do journaling. I spend time with my friends. We do like the other day we had like a game night with like my girls. We went to my girls' house and we just sit and we just laugh and you know.
And that's your outlet.
Yeah, that's my outlet. That's what I like.
For some people, it might be massage and spa.
Do you know what I
like
mean?
me,
Yeah.
I'm that girl.
Yeah.
But I also like nature.
Yeah.
You know, so
A
everyone
holiday,
has yeah.
take a flight,
Yes.
Amazing,
take me to
yeah.
another
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
I think that's where I can relax
Yes.
actually,
When
if
you're
I'm
out.
away, because it kind of forces me to relax.
To relax, yeah.
But
of course.
in this country,
But
I just
even
feel
then, is
that
your
I
mind
can't
still
do it.
ticking off? Are you like,
Yeah, obviously.
because I think creative people like you or
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who are very business
Generally,
oriented,
yeah.
Yeah.
you're just constantly thinking of, oh, you know what, I've got the idea. You know what, if we, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Absolutely.
that your mind is always ticking
Yeah,
off.
absolutely.
Mashallah.
I did see a little segment of you on, was it Instagram? I think it was last night, where you
TikTok.
were. I think it might have been Instagram or TikTok, I can't remember, one of the socials, where you were talking about, you know, women having their own financial independency and like being able to, whether she's married or otherwise, that she should be able to have her own money. I think this is a conversation that's
Were they coming at you? Yeah, it's always the case. Anything a woman got to do with women, like, no, you can't.
You can't. No, because this is really relevant right now, because I feel like there's a push and a pull on social media where men are like, you know, hadan deko qabo, like that's it, you don't need any money, you don't need your own money. It's almost like you're planning for your exit plan or plan B. You shouldn't have your own money. Our money is ours collectively. What would you say on that, Imani?
I think everyone has a different purpose in life, right? And my purpose is bigger than you, Sahib, but respectfully. Like, I love you and I'm going to be beside you, but my purpose is wanting to feed more than just my family. I want to have charities and mosques and I want to have schools. I want to be able to do something bigger than that. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you're just not my person. That's my saying. And find someone. There's plenty of people that are happy with that.
Align with that.
Yeah, that are so happy with staying at home and doing all that. And I'm not arguing with that. For me, I always said, like, even my mum, she's always taught me, like, have your own independence. And not just because of an exit plan, but anything can happen. Look at COVID. Amazon is talking about laying off 300,000 people. What if your husband loses his job?
Absolutely.
What if he, God forbid, gets into an accident? What if you've got 4 kids now and you're by yourself because something happened to him and you have nothing? We live in the Western society. You can't just be like, we're going to figure it out. It's going to be really tough. So for me, it's more than just pleasing your ego because you feel uncomfortable, which alhamdulillah my husband's not like that at all, but like to me I'm like, that's not a conversation that I'm even having to, because you know the type of person that you get into a relationship with. But this is again very important to have these conversations before you get into a marriage with someone, right? Like, because people just get into a marriage and ideally are like, we'll figure it out.
Because people are not having these conversations. I remember, do you remember when we were getting married, Taz? I don't remember asking these questions. I don't even remember, babe.
I remember.
So these are the conversations that need to be had. Do you want me to save? Do you want to save separately? Like, I want to have my own money. That doesn't mean I'm trying to leave you or exit, but I just feel like in any other scenario, I want to be.
For me, my mom was always like, you have to have your money. You know, like anybody who comes in your life, they're adding on. So, you know, the same thing is he can die.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anything can happen.
So when you come from a business family as well, it's like لعقت هذا يورو ننمل هو فردين. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just a bonus. You know, but now we've got the soft life. I want a man working.
Yeah.
You know,
but you can have the soft life, I guess. But just you can make money at home.
What's the definition of soft life to you?
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Being able to book a first class flight with me and my daughter and fly wherever I want to go to and have a
bye daddy and leave the daddy at home.
I don't need to ask you for anything. For me, it's literally being able to. And also, I'm a urut. That's a very important thing, by the way. I'm the oldest of 5 people. I'm the oldest daughter, so I can't expect my husband to even take care of my family. My mum needs me. My dad needs me. So outside of just even him, like, I also have a responsibility for my parents
and your own autonomy.
You know?
You have things that you want to do, because there's that whole movement of, and Amina said it last an episode, and all the women were coming at her because she was like, the only thing I care about is I want my makeup. I want to think about my, what was it?
I was like, yeah, this is like, and okay.
Go.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I think we were talking about, I think it was an episode with Hamza, and we was talking about, you know, he was saying, you know, are you happy to follow your man blindly, or do you want to something along the lines of that? And I was saying, like, I just want a soft life, right? Whereby, like, I want to be with a man who, if I'm a stay-at-home mum and I'm having his kids and that's my choice that I've chosen to do, right? I just want to be able to just worry about my makeup, where I'm going to go next, where I'm going to pamper myself, and let you handle all of the hard things, right? And I think a lot of people misunderstood that, and they were like, oh my God, it's 2025 and she's just telling me about makeup and clothes, you know? And I feel like comprehension is a real thing.
Absolutely.
I've done the strong woman. I've done the standing on my own 2 feet, being the leading everything from the front, you know? And I think when you've gone through the rinse, like the rinser of something, baby, you come out the other side and it spat you out. You're like, I want the opposite of what I've had, which is I'm tired of being strong. So yes, I'm sorry, but I do want a strong man who can handle all of that for me. Yeah. But that's not the fact that I wouldn't say I'll have my finances on the side. Yeah. But I mean, I just want a strong man who leads from the front, and I can just take a back seat. Babe, worry about my hair and my makeup and my spas and
and the thing is, that's your preference, and that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with
but Somali, we don't have preference, by the way. It's either we are collectively, either we are collectively together, and we're not. You know what I mean?
It's like wherever you say somebody's against it. Somebody's already making, outburst about it and saying, why did she say that? So say what you feel that's for you.
Each to their own, babe.
And even my mum came back from Somalia recently, and she spoke about. And I love my mum because I think I turned her into a little bit of a feminist. I think I turned her.
Not the F word.
I turned her a little bit into, not feminist.
No, but like a woman, a strong woman,
a strong woman, right?
Yeah, of course.
But because I was saying to her, I was like, how do you feel about women here in Europe? And she goes, you guys suffer here in Europe. She goes, Somali, we have shakhalas.
Yes.
We don't cook. We don't clean. You know, like her.
They're living the real life, babe.
And she goes, so when a man comes here and a Western man says, I need my wife to do this, that's not an expectation in Somalia, right? So it's very interesting to see that even though they're like, my mum did this, they're like, I'm like, your mum did this here.
Yeah.
And that's what you grew up to see. But actually, it's not very common in Somali household, especially back in Somali household in Somalia. So my mum's like, it's interesting to see that they're like, this cultural for us or Islamic, and I'm like, it's not, because that's not how my parents grew up. My grandma, she never did anything.
Yeah, because there was
I love that.
There's girls, Back home, there's a lot of help.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's like they've got their maids and
they've
whatnot.
got everything.
Yes, they literally live like the housewife.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why they did have 14 kids.
Yeah.
I said that all the time. I'm like, I would have 14 kids if I had
I weren't doing nothing.
Sitting at home and all I had to worry about is just chilling.
Yeah.
But you know what, Iman, you know what we're going to struggle with? Because we have the British mindset, we're going to struggle. Because in 2020, when COVID happened, I was like, listen, my kids are not going to be part of this. Somali and Gaya, babe. But thinking back to Somalia, 6 months, Bangaya. Well, I stayed for 6 months, but my original plan was to go for a year or two.
Right.
Babe, I got the Guruban Kare State 5-bedroom in-house in Hargeisa. I got one woman. I was like, your job is to take care of these 3 children. You keep them alive, you play with them, you do everything.
You had two?
Yeah, I had two. Hear this though, babe. I felt guilty. After 3 times, can you get me that? I was like, walaalo, guriga wuu weyn yahay le wuxuu dhan kaliya ma qaban kartide. Adiguna masaxida xaga ka soo bilo, anigu xaga ka soo bilaya. We'll meet in the middle. Like, babe, it just felt like a burden. It was uncomfortable to get this woman to work for me. Do you know what I mean?
I'm the same.
You just can't take us London out of us, babe. So I'm just like,
it's because you're not busy enough.
Yeah?
It's because you're not busy enough.
Yeah.
Wallahi billah. If you had more things to do, like our grandparents were pregnant and had 14 kids. So I promise you wouldn't be looking that way. Wallahi billah.
You've got your belly's empty.
Yeah, or if your belly's empty, or you don't have enough to do.
So,
like I physically, wallahi, I can see myself sometimes sitting at a desk for 10 to 15 hours straight, back-to-back meetings. I don't have time to get up to cook. Wallahi, sometimes I look at my day is gone.
Yeah, for
so if I don't have someone helping me, it doesn't get done. Wallahi, so that's the thing. I think we feel I used to feel like that, uncomfortable.
Babe, I still do.
I'm like, this is a bit mad. But if I'm not looking at you, babe, go clean the house.
Babe, you know,
go clean, yeah.
So I had a staying in, living in,
a
sister, Somali sister.
Yeah.
She was my boss.
Right.
I wasn't her boss. Wallah. I'd be like, Abaya, waxaan ma samayn kartaa? And then she'd be like, so the girl that that made the connect, that did the, she was the one that knew where to get people that can stay with you.
Yeah.
She must have came one day and she looked at me, she said, Naam Hakasi. I said, hey, what am I? She said, what is she here for? I went to Dubai. My friend had one again.
Yeah.
Like, my friend's like, Hiblaya is going to bring it to you. I'm like, no, I can get up. So I don't know. I feel really bad.
Yeah, it's facts, wallahi. It is uncomfortable, wallahi.
It's very uncomfortable.
I understand why she's saying that, because I'd probably be like that. If I was in a house, 5-bedroom, and my kids are playing, I would feel uncomfortable. I'd probably be like, all right, let me just clean the windows. Like,
let me do something.
Absolutely. Back when people are like, hey, I'm like, can you stop talking to them?
No, but they treat them so foul. Like, it's like, why are you sitting? They don't even like the clean woman to sit.
It works.
Yeah.
because the opposite side of like
As soon
me,
as you become her friend,
babe,
babe,
she left me for somebody else.
Yeah.
I was
No,
thin
because you
skinned.
know what it is, babe. If you don't have the your shakale and I'm your boss relationship, we could keep it. That's the truth.
That's like business.
You know
as
what I
well
mean?
too,
It
you
is.
know?
It is.
Yeah, it's
Really?
like that. If I'm like,
You can't be passive.
my last company, like I seen like when I was too passive with my employees, it didn't work. But now when I've got,
You stand on business.
yeah, I'm like, this needs to get done, like, and it's the same with employees.
Yeah.
You need to
Anyone.
have that boundary.
It
Like,
works,
anyone.
yeah.
If there's a like that, you know, when people that power balance,
Yeah.
you know, people be like,
Don't blur the lines. Yeah, for sure.
You have to put a boundary in place and just be firm.
I agree.
You know.
But the other thing that's happening, Iman, the conversations that are being had, and you hear it all the time, where sisters are like, you know, when I get married to my husband, and you know he's working, and I may or may not be working, but I want, you know, a woman to help me clean. I want a woman, you know, like, what do you think of that? Because I think a lot of men are saying women don't have the right to demand those things. You know what I mean? Like, do you think there's any right way to be a wife nowadays? Because you're showing that you can, you know, you're running amazing businesses that are very, very successful. You're a wife, you're a mother, you're doing it all, you know, mashallah, tabarakallah to you. But I feel like today men will get women and put them in a box and be like, you can't do all of those things. It's either you're going to be my wife and cater to me and raise the children, like in your career and all of these things. What would you say to that, Imani?
I think first of all you have to know your partner, right? I've always gone into my marriage. I know it's very controversial for people. Like me and my husband are truly partners. Like I'm talking about, like he might come home and have say, babe, I've got 20% left to me. You got this today, and I'm like, cool. And sometimes I'm like, babe, I've got 10% of me. You got this, cool. We're like this financially. We're like this physically. We're like this mentally. Like, so I think that if you truly can partner up with your partner, like if he falls off and if he loses his job, I'm like, I got you. If I fall off, he's got me. Like, and I think that's what's missing nowadays, wallahi, because it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone has their own struggles and everyone has their own ups and downs.
Marriage is half of your life.
100%. Like it's difficult regardless, but like he's literally my other half, and I think sometimes when those conversations happen, it's because you're not on the same side. Like if you are on the same side, folks. Like you're not having those type of conversations. And also it's very important that your values and what is important to you align. If you're a man or a woman, and again, as I said, like my purpose is like my career is very important to me, and he knew this from very early on. If that's something that's important to you, that has to be mentioned. It can't be dilly dallying, because again, if something is important to you as a woman, if for example he has a bulwark or he goes out a lot or he does this, you need to know that as well. And if you're not okay with it, you need to mention it. So vice versa. So I think it's just important to have conversations, to not be scared that the other person is going to turn out one way or another. And yeah, like I just think,
but you can have it all, babe. I feel like sometimes people want to put people in boxes and be like, you can only do this. No, you can be successful.
You can
you know, run an amazing business where, you know, you're the boss, so you're just making it rain on people, mashallah. And then you can do all the other stuff on the side. Do you know what I mean?
I just think you need to be truly supportive both sides. Like I'm so supportive of anything he wants to do. I'm like his biggest cheerleader. He's my biggest cheerleader. So I think that's important. Like just like that.
And I think with online, there's so much division.
Right.
You know, nobody's coming together. It's more of a, what does she bring to the table? I hate that table. I want to crush that table. What does she bring to the table?
Right.
And, you know, the man, and then you go to a room, and then women are like, I hate men. And then you go to another room, these women are becoming westernized.
Right.
There's so much division going on.
Yeah, it's
so at
true.
the end of the day, it depends. If you want an ally, how you set up your life, how you see your life.
Right.
So yeah.
It's true.
Iman, tell us about the great locking.
Oh, the great locking. I started this 2 days ago. You guys are up to date.
Yeah, we are. We're fans. We've told you.
So funny. So basically, I had this idea because I probably get quite seriously about 50 to 100 DMs every day.
MashaAllah.
So people ask me just small questions. Hey, I'm stuck on my marketing. Hey, like, how do I do sales? Hey, like, can you have a look on my website? How can I convert better things? And I was like, this is getting out of hand. So I was like, let me just.
Probably you're trying to reply to everyone as well.
Yeah, well, and I can't. And I feel so bad because I physically won't be able to. Because I also run a company, right?
Yeah,
so I said, you know what, I'm going to do a video series. It's going to be 60 days. It starts today. My first video comes out today, all the way up until the end of December. and it's going to teach people how to start, build and grow a business. So from anything from like marketing, sales, content creation, building a product, softwares to use, how to do it. And I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to do small videos that are have enough detail, and people can just follow it through, like tutorials. They're going to be like 1, 2, 3 minute videos each every single day, and then people can just take notes, and then that way I could just direct people. I'm like, go watch this series.
Because every question they have is going to be covered. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, wallahi, that's amazing. I love when sisters, you know, like so many people do the whole gatekeeping thing. I love when someone says, I've done it, I've got the whatever, like the proof of it, and here it is. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you have to give each other a leg up.
It's true. And I even have like a personalized version where I created an entire course that people if you want to have a bit more, but I think I'm gonna limit it now because I'm getting too many people joining, because I
Again.
because I have to, because I offer one-to-one mentoring, and then people are like, oh my god, it's like one-to-one, because it's like a one-time fee of like £60 or £70, and then you get like unlimited mentoring, calls and all this other stuff, right? And then people are like, oh, this is really good, like I want you to teach me, and I'm just like, okay, this is getting out of hand. But I want to do this version so people can just watch it for free and they have access to it, and it's like not everyone has the money and not everyone has access to everything, and it's too much free information out there, and it's so overwhelming. Like just like you said, you're like, where do I start? Like what do I do? So I'm like, if I can compact it into one space,
to
then,
something that's digestible. No, for sure. No, that's absolutely amazing. So guys, where can they follow you to find all
on
of these things?
TikTok and Instagram.
Shout out your name for them.
It's Iman X Fortune.
We're gonna write it in the bottom as well. Amazing.
Tell me, if there was a sister who's just going through her time, she just came out of a marriage and she doesn't know what to do, and she wanted to start a business, or how can she go on about it? What would you advise them?
That's so tough. Does she have kids?
It could, or might not. Somebody who just doesn't know, they're stuck. Because a lot of people are stuck.
I think most importantly for everything, I always say to people, work on your mindset first. Both, even on what I teach, I always have maybe 10 modules, but 2 modules will always be mindset. So I'll spend out of 2 entire modules on an hour, 2 hours each on like how to adapt your mind, because we've got such a scarcity mindset. We've got such a failure mindset, and unfortunately it's just what we've been taught,
and it's our environment as well.
It's our environment. If you're Muslim, I would say pray, do your tawakkals, like dua, like make sure you're close to Allah, because that's the only thing that personally helps me, alongside reading, spending time with yourself, making sure that you're okay with the person that you are, and also like I heard something recently where people are like, oh, because of the unknown we get really scared, right? We don't know what's going to happen, so it really scares us. But if I told you, hey, after 24 no's you're going to make £1 billion, how would you feel? You'd be like, sick, I only have to get 24 more no's. But people don't think like that. Like they get so down and out, so you just have
all the no's.
So you just have to get up, find a skill. If you don't have a skill, sell your skill and make a bit of money, and then start a business. So if you have no money and you don't know what you do, you definitely have a skill. I don't care if it's organizing, I don't care if it's writing, I don't care if it's talking, you have a skill. You're able to make at least £2,000-3,000 online, with TikTok having over 1 billion users, Instagram having several billion users, Facebook having 2-3 billion users. I do not believe you can't make an ebook, and if you're consistent enough and you truly try, make a couple of £1,000s. I had a sister that I worked with completely for free, but in 2 weeks went from £0 to £2,000 just by following instructions. Wallahi, 2 weeks it took her. And I said, she was a teacher, she was an SEN teacher, and she wanted to start her own products for kids who have SEN, special needs, and she started her own community. She helped people, she created documents and all this other stuff. There was like 100 people that joined her community within like the first couple of weeks, and that's what I'm talking about. But I'm like, that's your skill, like you can do it. But she was very consistent. She was posting 2-3 times a day. She answering people.
It has to be hard work.
It is hard work.
Absolutely.
It is.
I think too many people just think it's as soon as you get into it, the money's going to flow in.
Right.
No, you have to. Anything worth having is, I guess, you have to put effort into it.
Absolutely.
But like somebody like me, when people tell me, hey, my TikToks are private. So when people tell me, can you up it? I'm like,
I can't.
Why? You're
And
on the
then people
internet.
Yes. That's the funny thing. We are on TikTok on a different account. But I'm like, I don't I don't know. I have this thing.
Why?
with
Why
this
do you
social
think that
media.
is?
I don't know what it is. And I'm like, and then they're like, people are like, TikTok's telling me there's products.
Yeah.
Come, and I'm like, Allah, أنا هلك سوف ريسني وجهي.
Yeah.
هاد وجهي ويا لا. The
Yeah.
British said. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So everybody has this thing. I don't know. Your mind tells you, like what you said.
It's true.
The brain will tell you. Allah.
It's because we've been programmed to be
Yeah.
scared of other people's opinions. That's our parents.
And it's
fault.
not even opinion for me.
What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because you're online. You literally have an entire podcast.
I know.
Yeah, but
She
that's
said that to me.
but that's almost like when I first got to TikTok affiliate on my TikTok.
is a
You know,
TikTok
you
affiliate.
sell things,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Babe, after Lava Cherry Canada, I was like, there's this product is very, very good, right? And then after I did it made a little bit of money, babe.
Yeah.
If I continued and I was like regular with it, afterwards I was like, there's no way these people are probably gonna be like, oh God, Amina, you just bare selling stuff
yeah,
and
it's the
begging,
whole
and
thing.
it just
In your head.
it was
Yeah,
this.
it
Oh my God, I
is.
feel like I'm begging. I can't do it. Well, come back, they, babe. I think
it's in
maybe
your head.
2 videos you'll find on my TikTok, and I think I might even deleted it now. But yeah, 2 things, man, show gari. So I think it's we're our own worst enemy.
We are.
And I was like, you can sell ice to an Eskimo. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to do sales, innit, before
Yeah.
I got married and had kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I should be able to do these things. But I think you trip yourself over by thinking
Your
people are gonna
brain.
think like this. And
You have to realize.
Yeah.
You have to figure out where that comes
Reprogram.
from. You have to figure out
Yeah,
where that
you
yeah,
think
comes
it comes
yeah,
from
yeah.
somewhere though?
from.
Yeah, it does.
100% it comes from
100%.
somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
It could just be yourself thinking, stop
No,
it.
it comes from
It's a
somewhere.
subconscious,
Really?
something
Yeah, yeah.
deeper.
Something like that. You're
Yeah.
scared of something. There's something that you are scared of that you need to solve. And then
What am
you'll
I
be
scared
fine.
of?
Yeah. I
It's
need to
something.
feel-
It might not even necessarily be someone's opinion.
No.
It could be
Just
I
something,
feel.
yeah.
What if I look silly? What if people say this about me? What if someone else sees? It could be something so insignificant, like something that you feel uneasy about. Maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable. But something.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
do you know what? I know I'm on this podcast and we're online. The fact I don't go product kule. You said that my mom coming in. But I don't know. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be concerned
Probably,
about.
yeah.
Not even Isa. But everybody's on the internet.
Yeah. But you
But
shouldn't be
everything
scared.
you're selling, the crazy thing is there's somebody out there that needs it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same with inventions, babe, yeah? Sometimes I'll think of
idea,
a
the
random
download.
thing and I'm like, I bet you a crazy person has thought of what I just thought of.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Whatever, do a quick search. Yeah, someone's thought of it. I'm like, what's out there? Because whatever you're selling, whatever you've got to offer,
Yeah.
somebody wants that. You know
I
what I
have a
mean? And
theory.
everyone knows something.
Yeah,
I have a
absolutely.
theory. I think like the download comes to a lot of people, and whoever the download of ideas.
Yeah.
Like obviously comes from Milahena. So a lot of people get it, that download, and then somebody goes and does the action. So when you get it and you're like, Allah, I thought about it. Why is that person doing it? They got the download as well.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of you doing it. The
Doing
action.
it, yeah, starting. Absolutely.
Every idea that was ever, somebody else thought about it.
Absolutely.
You know.
No, I think.
And how annoyed would you be when you're like, imagine no one thought about it, and then you see it next year, you're like, oh, I could have done it.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually thought of the idea. You know, you know, Daddy in Diapers.
Yeah.
You remember that there was that video you sent me where they were in like a place where you can drink coffee and the
yes.
kids can play. I thought of that like 2 years ago. I was like, wouldn't it be cool? Because was it? I can't remember. I think it was when my a friend of mine who had kids and she was struggling with stuff. So I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if they had this place where like the mums could come, like drop the kids off to the daycare a bit, and the mums could just sit here, maybe do their hair, do their nails, and you know what I mean, like do really cute pampering things.
Yeah.
Someone did it, babe. I was like,
There's only one person. How many makeup brands exist? Create another
you can
one.
still do it.
yeah.
Do another one.
They were on competition.
No, there's
You know
not
what I mean?
enough
Competition what?
competition.
Everybody's
It's one
saying
person.
No, but I feel like anyone who take it.
No,
I don't like that.
See that's another.
See, that's
mindset.
another thing I hate. You know what I mean? You know when someone's doing something and I come
I'm
along and I do it.
saturated, and I'm just like, there's 17 million clothing brands. What are you talking about?
The Sainsbury's, Tesco,
Wallahi,
Morrison's,
there's
right
so
on next to
many.
them.
I know.
Speaking of
Wallahi,
that,
it's the
you
truth.
said
It's the truth.
then 2026,
Yeah.
people are coming back to the real things.
Yeah.
That businesses that are
Yeah.
basically there.
Yeah. Mark my words. And
Absolutely.
everyone's
And
like,
I
that's not
believe
how.
that.
Wallahi, they are.
Wallahi, I
I've
believe
already
that.
seen it. How many hiking clubs and
Yes.
sip and
They're
paints
screaming.
and screaming, and people are literally yearning for unplugging from the
Yes.
internet. Like,
The
it's
internet.
such a
Yeah,
big thing
absolutely.
now. And our kids, how much do we try to put effort into them not being on screens?
Yeah.
Let's take them outside. Let's find them a product to play with. Let's do activities. I
100.
promise you, when they
Everyone's
grow
gone
up,
back.
and everyone's going to go back, I promise you, in 2026 and 2027,
Didn't I
it's
say that to
going
you?
to become... And now people are saying to me, no, because people, I promise
No,
you.
no, no, we're coming out.
People
Yeah,
are
but
going
babe,
to
we need to unplug. As
do.
humans, we thrive in interaction,
Yes.
wallah, and being active
Yeah.
and doing things and whatever. So it was only a matter of
And I
time.
even feel like ever
Alhamdulillah.
since COVID, people are just weird.
Yeah.
Like mentally, wallahi, mentally, people are.
She always
people
says
are
like
in their
they're
head.
weird, I mean,
Yeah.
they're
But then
weird.
people are in their head.
Yeah.
Because it's that there's no connection.
Yeah.
Do
There's
you know,
no
like
connection.
that friend that you're gonna see, you know,
Yeah.
that interactions, everybody's online. So everyone's like,
Yeah. I truly believe the next person who solves the loneliness epidemic and makes you unplug, wallahi, it's going to be $1 billion business. I truly, if I can figure it out,
yes.
I'm going to figure
If
it
you
out.
got to download, do
But
something.
genuinely, that is going to be the next thing, because the amount of people that are not having kids, that are not getting married, that are not having connections, that are not,
Not
having great
dating,
friends.
not getting, yeah.
Because
But even
they-
outside
yeah.
of men, not great friendships,
Yes.
not going outside, being on their phones, like it's, and people are like, well, I'm happy, and I'm like, it's not human. Like literally, we're not created to do that.
To do
It's
that.
actually unhuman to not
It's
have
unhealthy
companionship.
even.
It's not
Babe,
good.
like there's people, I think 2020 babe Labmate more so, or even prior to that, there are people that can spend days and days without talking to somebody.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like Eid Lama Hadlan.
Yeah, that's not good.
Subhanallah.
Like
That's
that,
unhealthy.
isn't that crazy?
And
Not
that's why
like, does
jails
your
are,
voice
you
still
know,
work?
Jails are invented.
Hello?
It's a
Oh,
punishment.
okay, works.
Yeah.
It's literally a punishment.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
To be locked in house. That's why on the internet,
Solitary
you
confinement
see all
is
these
a way of
angry
punishment.
people. You go to rooms.
That people go crazy by the
yeah.
way.
No, but babe, have you been to the Somali rooms?
No. What's Somali
Okay,
room?
She
your
probably,
algorithm.
yeah, she probably doesn't go
If
to
you
that
see
side.
that, I'm saying on TikTok,
Yeah.
you just see people shouting and fighting. It's just a fight.
I've never seen that.
It's aggression,
Yeah.
combative.
I'm on the other side of TikTok.
Ah, alhamdulillah.
She's on the successful
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
What
yeah,
happened?
yeah,
Get
yeah,
talking
yeah,
with you,
yeah,
babe.
No, I know she again. No. Don't ever touch it. But wallahi, and it's not in the Somalis.
This is
It's
everyone.
a pandemic.
Yeah.
Maybe you go to the middle rooms, you go anywhere.
Everywhere.
Isn't
Yeah.
that how Clubhouse? Was it Clubhouse?
That clubhouse, yes.
Wasn't that an app where people
Yes.
just came up and then it was
It was an
created?
audio app, yeah.
It was actually created for speakers like myself and other people to motivate people, and then it became
And it was good.
this. Yeah, and
became
it was
ratchet
good, but
at
then
some
it
point,
became
yeah. It
like
became ratchet,
this thing
yeah.
where people just started discussing like crazy topics and
Yeah.
bad things, and you're just
And
like,
each other.
yeah, and it's that's
You know what I
do you
mean?
know
Yeah,
what?
absolutely.
I think now it's not like before. I don't know how it works because I was there from the beginning of COVID, and I think during COVID I was there. And wallahi, mashallah, you would have people that you would never have access to, professionals like doctors,
Yeah.
like people normally you wouldn't, and it was such a positive vibe.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I got to meet a lot of people that are, mashallah, that till this day I'm in my life. However, there was the other side. As soon as the what was that? Not the iPhone, Samsung
Yeah.
and other phones were allowed
Yeah.
because it was very restricted before. So I
Oh,
have
okay.
to bring you, and you'll have it on your bio.
Right.
Taz brought Iman in, you know,
Okay.
and then
And
all
then it became a bit
the
crazy.
androids came in,
Yeah.
and then it just
She says it
became-
as if we've been
The
attacked. The
androids.
androids came in.
the androids,
the ones that were
I'm
not
an
invited.
iPhone, I'm loyal.
The
iPhone,
attack
yeah.
of the androids.
No, they came in, and then it just went downhill.
Oh.
So what had happened was apparently there was a story that there was a journalist. I'm not sure,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah.
There was a journalist, and some guy was stalking her, and something really bad happened. So they put a safety measure. So I wouldn't know it. Like now, it's not like before. The rooms, like no random person can just follow you or something like that. I don't know.
Sah.
But they put before the safety was just really bad because you know, with Clubhouse they were building on top of us.
They did. That's how normal businesses are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They build as you go along.
So it's like this feature and that feature, and it was a good app. Honestly, if anybody's thinking we don't need more apps,
Does it still exist?
it does.
Ah.
It does.
Crazy.
But we don't need more apps. We need more outside.
Yeah, we do need. I just think that
I think internet should just be shut down one day.
And I
For
think it
like
would
a
come.
week and a half, just turn it off completely,
Oh, no, the
babe.
world will
And
collapse.
I
You
get
think
it,
so?
but I
Yeah,
mean
it
just
would-
the
no, it would
the
definitely
social
collapse.
part of it, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, social
That
media.
everybody's just forced to come out. You can imagine everyone's gonna come out with like this, the sun shining in there,
Like
doing
zombies.
yeah, like zombies. Well,
Yeah.
I think, well, this is when we're at our optimum prime.
Yeah.
When we're talking to people, when we're interacting. Have you never felt like when, like, a friend invites you somewhere, you're like, not really feeling it. I can't be
No, we're
bothered.
too lazy.
But then when you actually go,
You feel
and you
better.
come back and you're like, that was amazing.
Yes.
Like, I really needed that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so lovely to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's just that, and also like I think that outside of a lot of undiagnosed people that have like different things, like whether it's ADHD or whether it's there's this thing, I forgot what it's called. It's like, you know, like this. It's an actual diagnosis for this, by the way, but people have like this thing where you physically can't get up to do something. Like, you know, sometimes you sit there, you're like, I need to clean the kitchen.
Is
but
that the
I can't.
executive?
That's it.
Executive dysfunction.
Dysfunction. That's an actual thing.
It's an actual
yeah.
thing.
It's an actual thing where
Yeah.
you physically can't, like, you're like, I can't get up to have a shower.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get up. But then that gets heightened by stuff like social media, right?
Yes.
Because social media, and not just social media, like anything that you have too much of a dopamine hit, because every time you scroll, that's a dopamine hit.
Dopamine,
hit,
yeah.
dopamine hit.
The doom
Anything-
scrolling.
Yeah, the doom scrolling. So then that happens, and then our brains just has too much of one thing. And by the way, as human beings, we are not supposed to have access to this many people.
Yes.
Like,
I
it's
know.
not normal.
Subhanallah,
It's
yes,
actually
yes,
not
yes,
normal
yes.
Absolutely.
to have access to this many comments and this many people or this many things. Like, it actually messes up with your brain. Like, people, we grew up in villages.
Yes.
Like, that's what we're supposed to have,
Yeah.
right? So this, over the course of 100 years, is insane.
There's going to be a side effect.
Of course there's a side
There's-
effect.
I feel like
Suicide has increased by how much?
not only that, you know how they're always doing the zombie movies.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going.
Taz is such a, what do you call a conspiracy theorist?
No,
she
you guys,
literally has.
wait.
She's like, no,
not
listen,
the zombies, but I feel like there's people that are gonna come out, like Amina was saying,
Yeah.
that just like, you know, because even me,
Yeah.
I'm like all day babes, mid-mado, ninad,
Yeah.
nag bodisa, like imagine the brain,
Yeah. I'm telling you.
and then you just become,
It's
like,
not healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
later
not.
on you're like, ugh, I'm just gonna sleep.
It's not. And the thing is, there's not, like, anything in doses is fun, right? So there's not a problem with having social media or a problem. It's just the overuse of
yes,
anything.
yes.
Like, even if you overdrink water, you die. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not
Yeah.
normal to have, like, people are like, oh, I can drink 6 liters of water. I'm like, no, you
No, you
will
can't.
die. Like,
will
it's
die.
not healthy.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
with anything, when you overdo it constantly, and that's what's happening, like, it becomes so addictive. But it's
Yeah.
only addictive because you have nothing better to do. You have nothing else that to you is more fun or more exciting than scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
So that's
absolutely.
why it becomes like,
I bet for you, it's like, it's the odd treat, even if you get to sit down for an hour and just
'Cause
scroll.
she's
Because you're like,
working there.
I'm busy, babe.
Yeah, I
So I
don't-
think maybe we need to be more busy. If we're finding that we're scrolling
Yeah.
endlessly,
Yeah.
we're not busy enough, maybe.
yeah.
Do you
I
know
don't
what
think
mean?
I've ever like scrolled for like an hour straight or anything like that. But
Mashallah.
Babe, خاربة 24 hour in the
that's
day.
insane. Work.
They're
Like,
sitting there.
work,
That's
morning
crazy
to
work.
heaven. They go, suuligaa la gelayaa. maxay haytoy waxbaa la cunaa actually marka wax la cunayana waa la daawanaya soo ka reebtaa so suuliga haddii doona suuliga waa lagu daawadaa dee I don't even know I don't know
Like,
so
you
it
guys are
could
telling me
literally be
you don't take your phone to the toilet.
خس باي mate no
Allah, mashallah.
what I will do
I do.
okay what I will do because this is me embarrassing myself a little bit haddii wax ka hadlayaan and I'm really interested in what's going on suuliga hortiisaan dhigaa and I'll close the door but I can hear no
Mashallah.
I'm like chirinta igu soo wada boodey igu soo wada carray they're gonna
You're scared of
conquer
chin.
yeah
Babe,
just it's just a scary place
Wallah,
babe
waan
you know what I mean waxa lagu yiri
When I'm having
suuliga
a
gal
shower,
Yeah.
I'd be listening to a podcast
That's
or
crazy.
something.
No.
Just keep me company.
why
Do you know that it's actually really unhealthy, Taz? Like that literally
Yeah.
means that you can't be with your own thoughts.
No, I can. No, I really can, because you know there's times I just leave my phone at home
Yeah.
and I just go for a walk.
Okay, good.
Like and I'm very aware of that you need to think
Yeah.
صح
with your thoughts. Otherwise, you're just numb.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So there's times I leave, but if it's like I'm listening a really a good
Oh,
podcast
if you're
or a
already
book,
into it.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying
fine.
not because of it, but I would take it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'll just put it up, you know, have a shower.
Yeah,
why not?
entertainment.
but how can
Yeah.
you hear it with all the
I can, babes. I can. I put the volume up and I would be listening to Joe Biden podcast or you know some other podcast or even
Bridge to Eedo she listens to Bridge to Eedo in the shower that's what
I
she
really
does
don't listen to us. But
Isn't Joe Biden the president?
no, Joe Biden.
Oh, Biden.
Yeah, the
I was
rapper.
like, oh, wasn't he the
No,
ex-president?
I know. Oh, Breakfast Club. I like,
Ah,
you know,
okay,
I would listen
yeah.
certain things that I
That you
listen
listen to, yeah.
Or even a room on TikTok.
A what?
some room, you know, like how they open it.
She doesn't know, babe. Room is good.
Okay,
Okay,
why? She listen.
Baby,
she
it's
told
not
her-
raise what she said.
Listen,
There's no rules.
It's
There's
good
no
to know.
rules.
Listen, it's good to know.
Yeah.
She learns that we're learning
No, I'm
from
gonna
her
have
as
to
well.
look into it.
Babe,
now.
we're trying to be
Go
like
on,
you.
I'm
What do
gonna
they?
go. Don't. Just stay.
What do the youngsters say? We're trying to be like you. We
Yeah.
don't want you to know about this. It's kind of qolalkan iyo meeshan madow iyo dadka wax ka
I do.
dhacaya.
I have like my sister. Sometimes,
We're trying to come to your spaces, babe.
No, but my sister sometimes talks about like these spaces where online and there's people arguing about like
Yes.
people, and I'm just like,
Hello,
there's
again, and auntie.
no way that
Yeah.
people have time to do this.
Yeah.
I said, there's no way. I said, wow.
Fighting about something that has absolutely nothing to do with
their
them.
life.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
They're not getting paid for it. They're not getting money. It's just, wallahi,
Yeah, I
mashallah.
always say that. I said, do you
I
know
love
what?
Like you're
people.
saying,
Yeah.
they're
Get your
not
money
busy
up.
enough.
Well, I get your money
Get
up.
your money up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, if you haven't taken anything away from listening to Iman, is that like there's so much potential in the world. There's so many avenues to make money.
Right.
It's
There's
just
so much
about
money.
applying yourself. You know what I
And
mean?
that's
It's
the
about
scarcity
applying.
mentality. Wallahi.
Yeah,
There's-
there's so much
people
money.
really think,
Yeah.
do you know what makes me so sad? Like I remember when I was working in Silicon Valley and I closed an $8 million deal for a company. Yeah.
Amazing.
And they gave me
mashallah.
a commission for it, and I think I made like 30 or 40 grand from it, or something like that, one paycheck. And now, by the way, I was getting paid like close to £200,000 a year. By the way, when I was working in Silicon Valley, like I was getting paid crazy money.
Good money, yeah.
And so people were like, "Why would you leave that to start a business?" And I'm like, "Because I closed an £8 million deal for someone else.
Yeah.
I could do it for myself.
I could do it
Yeah,
for
for
myself."
myself.
So that's when
Absolutely.
I clocked that. I'm like, "Rah, they make you believe. Like they throw so much money at me." And obviously, for someone that came from the hood, that 200 grand.
Yes.
Do you know how much money that is?
Yeah, babe, I don't understand.
I was absolutely going crazy. I was
Yeah.
getting 10 grand in my account every month, and I'm like, like I give my mum money. I just
Everybody
didn't know.
counts.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to do with it because I was like, this is crazy. I'd buy
Yeah.
bags. I've got so much stuff.
You go overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
I got overwhelmed. But then I sat down for a second and I was like, but wait, in a year, maybe like, or 2 years of working for them, I might have closed like 15-20 million pounds worth of stuff. So in my head, I'm
Imagine
thinking,
You do that for yourself, baby.
yes, that's how I thought
Yeah.
about it. But then when I speak to people about it, they're like, no, that's not possible. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
like you haven't seen it. Like,
It's
you
that
know,
scarcity mindset.
well,
yeah.
like,
If
and
I could
also-
do it for them, why couldn't I do it for myself? Why not?
yeah, but it's also normal because you only believe how much you have access to what you see. It's normal. Like it's not. I don't not.
But do you think the way the education system is set up, Iman,
Yeah.
is that we're told how to be good little
Absolutely.
workers and work for
Absolutely.
somebody else, and you get your little paycheck and you follow? You know what I mean? I think it's just the indoctrination that we've all been paved into, right?
Yeah,
that we all have that mindset.
Absolutely,
You
and
know
that's
what I'm
why I
saying?
think it's important. Like someone out there, just a PSA: create kids classes to teach financial literacy.
Yes.
Please. I
Yes.
do it for my daughter and she's 5 years old. And I'm like, okay, I'm giving you
Mashallah.
£2. How can we make more money? Create a lemonade stand, buy
Yes,
stuff,
yes.
da-da-da. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, this money has to go here. She's 5 and I'm teaching her this.
And
How can
babe,
we da-da-da?
Somalis,
Do that for your kids. I
Yes.
promise you, their mindset will
actually,
change.
my daughter, my
Wallahi.
two oldest ones, are actually on a course online
Yeah, do it.
for,
Wallahi.
you know, and I'm thinking, I didn't even know, I'm really bad with money.
Yeah.
Really.
A lot of
in
Somali people are. My mum,
because,
horror.
everyone, but we
Yeah,
don't think
me
about
too.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so bad.
You know, and Somalis, financial.
Now, like to Iman saya,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
see
fair.
you.
You know what I mean?
You know, I would give my mum 10,000. I'd be like, oh, here's £10,000. Beautiful. How can I say, and I'm like,
Yes.
how have you? Like, I had like 100k saved in my account. Yeah, and my mum was like, I was like, no, I don't
Yeah.
trust you.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like,
You're giving everyone.
Yeah, and it's this thing where I'm like, you just need to see the bottom of everything, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
so bad. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know
why
what?
is
That's
it?
a real thing though. You know when you have the broke mindset
Yes.
and you have money,
Yes.
like your brain gets the dopamine hit from lactate
Giving, yeah.
You have to gunta ka gaadhida unit dhamaysid. Only then baad oranaysaa waan nastay. Oh, now I'm broke. Let me start again.
Right, you guys, I'm
But
not even
you know
gonna
what I
lie to you
mean?
guys. I feel like if I have certain money, it needs to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it needs
It's
to
better
go
in a hole
somewhere.
in my pocket.
Yeah,
because I
it
have
needs
to
to go.
But it should go. Like I felt like that, but do you know what I did? In a
Invest
healthy way,
though,
I would
I
invest
guess.
it.
Yeah.
I'd put it in shares
No,
and in
so
stocks
this
and
is
stuff
like
like that,
now.
and buy like houses.
This
and
is
stuff.
on me now.
Yeah.
But before I'm like, hey, well, let's go.
Yeah.
My kids, we're all going here. Do you know, obviously now I'm responsible
Yeah.
since I had kids and
Yeah.
the kids are grown. But at the beginning, babes, like I would get certain money and I would go to the shop. It's like,
But you should make
dopamine.
more. You should make enough money that you can still do that and feel comfortable. You should make £100,000 a month of disposable income. spend £30,000 a month, however you want it, and still have £70,000 in
So
investment,
now,
which is more than possible,
Yes,
by the way.
yes.
So like that, and then you can still get your dopamine hit. Go to Chanel, go on holiday, go to whatever it is that you want to go to. But the problem is, people don't want to spend the time. Well,
So do you believe in that then, Iman? Is it
You know, we're
work
gonna
hard,
come to
play
you.
hard?
Yes.
Yeah?
Are you joking me?
yes.
See what I have, like, I spend money
Mashallah.
dumb stuff, but I do think that you have to work hard, play hard. But then if I'm spending £5,000 on a bag,
So,
I've got an extra 50 in my account. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't.
and then I'm
get
sure
rid
you've
of
got
it.
other things that are make
And also I know that there's another 50 coming in.
and there's other
Yeah.
things that are making money other than
Yeah,
that. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I do believe it. I'm not.
You should do
very
that.
much a love luxury. Go on holiday. Buy yourself a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Like I love that stuff.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not a minimalist
No.
at all.
good.
No.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't want to hide.
No, no.
Who made your time, babe? I told you that.
You're like, I love the luxury.
Baby,
life.
you're Somali.
Yes.
You would never have that in you,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah,
You'd
no.
be like,
Is
okay, I
that
work
Somali
hard.
minimalist?
No.
No.
Yeah?
I don't know, bro.
I've never seen a Somali minimalist.
Ma arkin.
That was like,
If there's any Somali minimalists, well, I'll like come in the chats and be like, hi, I'm here. We'd
I'm
love
sure
to see
there
you.
is, but I don't think there's.
I don't think it is, but I think Somali, we're just extravagant people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think when we learn in our community, financial literacy, babe.
I know. I
You
think
know,
we
marke
really need to learn it.
islaha, babe. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
winning. We're winning.
But I do think that we have very much got a crabs in a bucket mentality.
100%.
And it's really sad.
I always
'cause-
say that. That's my saying.
Yeah.
It's like today, if you're doing good,
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I'll be like, how? How did Iman do it?
Yeah.
Why would Iman do it?
Instead of asking me,
Yeah.
hey,
Can you
babe,
help
how
me?
can you help me so I can do it
Yes.
too?
So I can do it too,
You're
yeah.
side-eyeing someone that's doing it. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
just ask the help and try and figure out, like, how you can also do it. But we very much think, well, no, only one person can hit this milestone. And I'm like, no, my whole aim is to create a school or a community where we see people like ourselves, where our daughters can have nepotism.
Yes.
And you can be like,
And
Imani, Kylie, my
nepotism.
daughter needs a job. Come,
Yeah.
come hook her up. Because why other people do it all the
Yes.
time? Why
Yeah.
can't we do it?
Why
Why can't we
can't
It's
we
create
not what you
companies
know,
for
it's who
that?
you know.
100%.
Speaking of you know who you know, you're gonna teach us how to make money somehow.
Of course, whatever you
I'm
need.
gonna,
When she hooks up
What's
the
coming?
Eedo, you will one of this one now, okay?
Maybe they won't come back, guys.
So.
They might not come back.
We'll be like, how
They
did
might
you
be in
start
Dubai
it?
somewhere.
How did you guys start getting all this money? You know, we had a guest called Iman, and we never looked back.
Yeah, wallahi.
Yeah, mashallah. Yes. Iman, would you ever, at some point, do, what do you call it? Mentoring for young children who want to go into tech?
I think she's busy.
I said at some point.
Yeah. I do mentor here and there. Like, I've got communities, but like
Mashallah.
true mentoring, like where I do, that's my whole goal. Like, there's a few things. I want to create a VC company, which is like, because we don't get enough funding in our community. So I want to have a fund of myself and my network of like 20,
people,
30
yeah.
million of businesses that I can invest in. And then I want to create a school which is specific for business education, and then specifically for people who have ethnic minority that don't have access to this kind of stuff. And that is my ultimate goal.
May Allah put khair in that. Ilahay ko karaw
Ameen.
qabta, babe. You
Inshallah,
know, and
that's
you're
the
gonna
goal.
make it.
Yeah.
We know a star when we see one, and we know somebody who is, you know what I mean, gonna and achieve everything that they need to achieve.
Inshallah, that's the
Mashallah.
goal.
And you've always got the elders, babe. Always come back to us. We know nothing about tech,
No,
but
we've
what
got
we're
you
good at is
guys.
how we give you this. It's our
Got you guys, wallahi, whatever you guys need.
Inshallah.
Guys, we've come to the end of the show.
Yeah. This was so fun. It went so quickly.
I
I loved it.
know. That's when you're having fun. What did they say?
Yeah.
Time flies.
flies.
So, guys, if we're gonna have her socials in somewhere along here somewhere. Follow her. Iman it's been amazing to have you, sis.
Thank you guys for
Inshallah,
having
we'll invite you back in.
Inshallah.
And you're welcome any day.
You know,
Yeah.
you're an Eedo now.
Oh,
You're
yay. I'm not far off. Don't worry, guys.
All right.
It's the bridge. Okay, she's the bridge. And I go,
I'm not.
would they write to us?
I don't know why they act like they're literally my age. They're quite literally the same.
Well,
We're the same age.
He's going to say, my.
But
I think
yeah.
they full stars. We accept it.
Please come back, and it's lovely having
No,
you.
so
Absolutely
nice. Thank
appreciate
you, guys. I really appreciate
And we're
it.
gonna be making a lot of money. with Iman.
Inshallah. I mean,
Inshallah,
2026.
Stay
Watch the
tuned.
space.
Absolutely. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
يا طويلة تركض